Yo! What's up guys and welcome back to another video. In today's video I am going to be reviewing Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice for the Nintendo Switch. Now, kind of like my thing with Hellblade, this is kind of going to be a discussion. It's not going to be a full-on review, but I will talk about what I like, what I dislike about the game, and whether I think you should buy it definitely at the end. So, the thing with Hellblade is, I hadn't really heard of it until the Game Awards came around in 2017. And when the Game Awards came around, it got nominated for Best Narrative. I think the girl who plays Senua got nominated for Best Performance. It won Best Narrative, I know that. Best Action Game, I think it was nominated for. And I was interested in it, and obviously it wasn't on Switch at this time. And I looked it up, and it was one of the best games I'd ever seen graphically. To me, the game looked amazing, and I said to myself, I'm never going to play this game, because I never thought it would come to Switch. In 2017, the ports we were getting to Switch around that time were a really shitty WWE port, and it was at this point, we didn't have Mortal Kombat 11 running on the Switch yet. We didn't have some of these really good games running well on the Switch, like Warframe. Warframe runs amazing on Switch. When I downloaded Warframe, I thought it was going to be a bit hazy, and it is, but it still is really good, and it runs really well. And sure, we've had some disasters, like WWE, and Ark Survival Evolved on Switch, but most of the ports, if they're being run over by a good company that knows how to port a game to Switch, it's normally good. When Hellblade first got announced for Switch, though, I did not think it was going to run well on Switch. I expected it to be kind of like Ark Survival Evolved, but I still bought it months later after I found out it actually does run well on Switch, and I forgot that it actually came out for Switch. But now I've finally played through it, and my Switch took an absolute beating playing it, because I did not want to play this in handheld mode. I wanted to play this on TV mode with the best graphics possible to you guys, and I wanted to play it with headphones on. At the start of the game tells you that it recommends you play it with headphones on, because there are voices in Senua's head, and basically when you wear headphones, it makes it sound like that these voices are actually all around you, and it's a really nice effect. I'm really happy they did that. And it really, it really puts you into this game world. Like, if I was playing this on a TV and I heard these quiet little voices, I'd think nothing of it. But when they're in your head and talking around you this entire game, and I played this game in about 2 sittings, it really is magical what they did with that. And I really enjoyed it, and it really immersed me into the game. But let's talk about the gameplay. So, Hellblade is mainly a story-based game. Like, there's combat in it, and it's actually pretty deep, but it really is only like 20 to 30% of the game. So, if you're coming to this game for combat, it is mainly a puzzle game with combat in there and a bunch of creepy elements. I'm not going to get into the story, as I really don't want to spoil anything, as this story gets really deep. Also, it's really dark, so if you get scared easily, or if you don't like looking at scary things, you might not like this game. It is a very dark game, full of dark elements, and it's not very scary. It didn't scare me much, but I know that if you are a 5-year-old kid, it could scar you for a couple years. But it'll be fine. It's a really fun game. I don't really want to get into the story, but there's this thing. I will tell you a couple things. I'll basically tell you what you learn in the first 30 minutes. So Senua comes onto this island, and you don't really know what her motivations are yet. She wants to go to the hell to see Lady Hella, but there's a gate, so you have to go through 2 other gates and fight the fire god and the god of illusion. I don't know, this is early in the game, I forgot their names. I think the fire guy's name is Soot, but I forgot the illusion guy. But those are some really cool boss fights, then you go to hell. But obviously, I'm not going to explain hell, because that's when the game really starts to get fun. and it really gets crazy. But yeah, and you don't really learn much in this time. There's one bit where Senua dies, but then is like alive somehow, and she has this rot on her arm now. And every time you die in battle, this infection gets closer and closer to, his head, and and gets closer to her head. And if it reaches her head, your save file will be deleted, and you have to restart. This did not happen to me on my playthrough, and I was playing on hard mode, and I am not very good at fighting in this combat system. So, most likely, if you're playing on normal mode, you will not have your save file deleted. It is very scary when you get late in the game, though. There is one bit I didn't like about the game, and that is, there is this one bit, halfway through the game, you get to this bit where Senua needs a sword, and you need to do a bunch of trials to get the sword. And one of the trials is this fucking maze, where you go through this maze, and there's, torches, and you have a torch, and you, burn the torch. This bit is a piece of shit, and I wanted to die. I was walking around this place for about an hour. I couldn't figure out what to do, so I just went online and looked it up. Just because going through this maze is absolute torture. I must have took the longest fucking route I've ever seen in my life. It is the worst thing ever. There is nothing fun about it. You can't run with the torch. So you have to walk the entire time. It's just, that bit of the game sucks. But if you know what you're doing, you can clear it in about 2 minutes. But if you don't, it is absolute bullshit. But now we get to the part where a lot of people would be scared about, which is, how does the game run on Switch? And if I had to answer that, sure, it's a bit hazy, but this game is a marvel on Switch. I don't know how they got such a beautiful game. I watched some gameplay on PS4 and stuff. Such a beautiful game running on the Switch, and it runs really well too. There were no frame rate dips for me. It stayed at a constant. I'm pretty sure it runs at 30, 40. And that's still good. It doesn't dip. It runs constantly, and to me, that is very surprising. It is one of the best things developers have been able to do with the Switch, since it's the best thing developers have done with the Switch since Mortal Kombat 11. Before that was Warframe, and I think Warframe was the first big one. Then came MK, and now this. This running on Switch this well is insane. But now we get to the final bit, which is, should you play this game? This game is $45 Australian, $30 American. Now, I liked this game a lot, and I would definitely recommend it to any gamer who is interested. But there are a couple flaws. Some gamers won't be interested in this. This is a story game. There will not be much gameplay in it. This is a 9-hour experience. Don't expect a 30-hour game. But if you do let those flaws go by, that it is short-ish, I think 9 hours is a perfect length for this game. And that there isn't much gameplay, and it's mainly a walking sim. This game is one of the best games I have played this year, and I really recommend it. So, I'm giving this game an 8 out of 10. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, remember to smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.